City rivals fight for South Bend supremacy tonight. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Friday Night Football Fever. I'm Pete Byrne.
And I'm Bennett Wise. South Bend Riley and South Bend Adams beat in a non-conference game tonight worth a whole lot of bragging rights.
Yeah, and also worth a whole lot of momentum. Adams coming off its first win of the season a week ago. And Riley, well, the Cats are 2-0 for just the second time since the 90s. But Riley has not beaten Adams since 2019, but the Wildcats came up fired up tonight. They planted the flag at School Field. Adams equally excited for this intercity rivalry as the team in their new helmets comes over to fire up the student body pregame, but defense would dominate the first half tonight. After a great punt, Adams playing in the shadow of their own goal line in the first quarter. This pass is going to be intercepted by Eric Williams of Riley, but that would be waved off because of a holding penalty in the end zone. That makes it a safety, and Riley has a 2-0 lead. Now, those would be the only points of the first half, but things pick up in the second half. 8-6 Riley when quarterback Austin White rolls out, has nothing, throws back to Marvin Schindler in the end zone for the touchdown.
Oh, yeah.
Riley goes up 14-6. You can watch a replay of this game tonight or tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock on WHME. Riley gets the win tonight, 22-12. The Cats improve to 3-0.
Good start for Riley. We'll go out to Elkhart. The Lions eyeing win number 1, welcoming Hammond Morton. The Governors with the ball first. Holland Harris on the dish. LeBron Hill. Thank you very kindly over the defender. Morton on top first. And a late 14-0 lead in the first quarter. And then here comes Elkhart and Connor Dow from inside his own 40 down to the 25 for a big gain. And then Dow beginning what would be a huge game. The first of 3 touchdown runs in a back-and-forth contest. 4 lead changes, including the go-ahead score for Elkhart in the final 70 seconds. And it's the Lions on top of the mountain, 48-38 over Hammond Morton.
6A top 10 matchup. Number 8 Penn visiting number 6 Cathedral tonight down in Indianapolis, but this game was all Cathedral. Colorado commit Danny O'Neill showing off the escapability and then showing off the cannon. What a heave to Ty Carroll, who has it for 6, and Penn's trailing just like that. Kingsmen do their best to keep this a ball game. The Wild Bunch has a meeting in the backfield here. They bring O'Neill to the turf, but he was a real problem for them tonight. O'Neill directing traffic in the red zone, and Zach Meeks goes up and gets it over a couple defenders for another touchdown. Cathedral beats Penn tonight 35-6. It was just 2 years ago that Marion met Brebeuf Jesuit in the 3A semi-state game.
Yeah, the Knights lost that game, but some current seniors who played as sophomores sure have not forgotten that.
They have not, and they were on the field tonight on a beautiful night at Otulski Field. Close game in the second quarter. Marion down 10-7, but Brebeuf goes on a little run. Maverick Geske fires to Leroy Lewis in the end zone. Brebeuf takes a 17-7 lead with 4 minutes to go in the half. The Braves would get the ball right back. They go right back to that formula. Geske to Lewis for the second time in 3 minutes. We just went from a 3-point game to a 3-score game. But Marion gets a much-needed lift heading into the half. Lucas Primrose boosts a 37-yard field goal. That makes it a 24-10 game, but Marion was not able to complete the comeback. Brebeuf wins tonight 44-31. In South Bend, St. Joe hosting Jay Johnson and the Washington Panthers, and St. Joe came to play tonight. Late first quarter, Alex Ortiz fires out to Mason Kazmerzak, who turns the corner and goes into the end zone. St. Joe's got an 18-0 lead after the first quarter, and they were just getting started. We got little guys watching in the crowd, and this is a big boy touchdown right here. They hand it to Franco Biffle. Look at him push the pile, trucking a couple of defenders. That's a finalist for the highlight of the night. A nasty run as St. Joe rolls to victory tonight, 51-0.
We head out to Jimtown. The boys of Bago against Osceola Grace. The Jimmies block a punt on the opening drive. Then Bishop Williams, Jackson Clopton, and that is a touchdown. Jimtown in front 7-zip early on. Then Osceola Grace trying to fire back into this ball game, and they're back to pass. In comes Williams from the safety spot. It's intercepted. He'll take it back for 6. Williams at the front of a big Jimtown victory, 75-7 over the Eagles.
John Glenn trying to pick up a victory tonight on the road at Angola, the reigning NECC champs, and they get off to a good start first quarter. That's Chase Miller, the quarterback. He's going to keep it on the option, and I'd say he chose wisely. Straight ahead, 45 yards for the score. Falcons up 6-0. They were trailing 7-6 in the second quarter because of an extra point, but more Miller this time, his second touchdown from a little shorter. Falcons take the lead into halftime, and Glenn is coming home with a win tonight, 30-24.
A good push heading into next week as Bremen hosting South Central, both in search of their second win. Start of the second quarter, Bremen up 7-0. Silas Layden downfield to Reese Green, beating the defender and untouched, 66 yards for the score. The Bees up 14-0. But back out comes South Central on offense. The Satellites go to the ground game, able to follow the line. Then the long green line enters. Tyrus Graverson strips it free. Hunter Cannon on the recovery, and it's Lions ball a little later. Bremen back out on offense. Austin Young gets the handoff, a wide open lane from the O-line, and Bremen able to pitch a shutout of South Central, 35-0.
And a couple other results tonight in the Northern Indiana Conference. New Prairie, a 47-6 win over Lowell, and Clay goes to Chicago and falls to Christian 52-6. All right, we're going to take a quick time out, but we've got lots more ahead tonight on Friday Night Football Fever. It's opening night of conference play in the Northern Lakes. Which squads are feeling good after getting victories? We will show you when Fever returns. Welcome back to Friday Night Football Fever. Northern Lakes Conference play begins tonight, and Bennett, we know this. The next 7 weeks are going to be a dogfight. 4 of the 8 teams in the league enter the night 2-0 in conference play.
And 2 of them, well, they're going to meet tonight. Concord has opened the year with impressive wins over Elkhart and Jimtown, and is ranked 9th in Class 5A, and Northwood already outscoring its opposition by 31 points per game. The Panthers invading Jake Field, home of the Concord Minutemen. Both would love a 3-0 start. Concord led 14-13 in the second, then Northwood firing away. Owen Rader over the top. Josiah Edmond taking the edge and slingshot engage. A 69-yard pitch and catch, in the Black Crunch storm in front through the air and bringing the boom on defense as well. Ensuing Concord drive, they go to the ground. Here comes Northwood's Michael Anderson, stripping it free. The Panthers pounce on it as Owen Rader throws for 412 yards, and Northwood scores 32 unanswered points en route to a dominant win to push them to 3-0, and the Panthers win 45-14.
Let's head to Enterra Field, where Northridge is 2-0 and hosting a dangerous Mishawaka team looking to rebound from last week's loss to Penn. Cavemen do start fast tonight. Opening drive, Brady Fisher keeps it himself, and once he gets the edge, he is gone. 61 yards for the touchdown. Mishawaka up 8-0 after one series. Northridge looks to answer. They drive to the red zone, going for it on 4th down, but nowhere for Braden Clark to go. He is sacked by Xavier Juarez. And we got to point out, great show of support from both fan bases tonight, opting to wear blue in support of Northridge and the loss of their classmate. We told you about that earlier in the show. Second quarter, Braden Clark keeping it from inside the 10 to tie the game at 8, but the Cavemen would roll from there. Mishawaka gets the win 37-16.
Wawasee on the road at Goshen in a battle of squads wanting their first wins of the year. Second quarter, Wawasee up 7. Goshen's Aiden Ellison untouched through the line, gets through another block and in for the sack. Now next Warriors drive, under 30 seconds left in the second quarter, Brandon Kelly shedding one tackle. Is he down? No. Able to keep himself upright and off to the races. 84 yards to the residence, and Wawasee picks up its first win of the year, 34-21 over the Goshen Redhawks.
Without saying, that's a finalist for the highlight of the night. How about Warsaw? 2-0, both their wins, though, coming by 4 points or less as they visit the rock pile tonight, and it's Plymouth taking the early lead. Alexander Ramirez making it a 7-0 Plymouth lead early, but Warsaw gets to its ground and pound, and this is Bart Ball at its finest. They go up the middle, they go right here. Ethan Egoff for a huge game, moving Warsaw to the red zone. Now they're going to go left. The pitch to Lucas Ransbottom for the tying score. That knots it at 7-all as Warsaw rolls to a win. They're 3-0, 41-7 the score tonight.
LaVille opened up Hoosier North Conference play with a win last week. Tonight, the 2-0 Lancers hosting Pioneer. The Panthers with the ball and under 90 seconds left in the half. Rylam Toloza shoot the gap and go, young fella. A more than 50-yard run to push Pioneer in the lead 7-3, but the Lancers, well, they ride horses, and LaVille gets on theirs. Under a minute to go, Lucas Plummer down the field. Michael Good. That's a good catch there. Yeah, the Lancers quickly get the ball back on the line, and Plummer, that's good as well. A perfect 1-minute drive to give LaVille a 10-7 lead at the half, and the Lancers power ahead 29-13, and first-year head coach Jeff Kaiser and his group, they're 3-0.
Very impressive. Other scores tonight, Culver Academy beats North Judson in a good one. Knox all over Culver, and Tippy Valley beats Twin Lakes to improve to 3-0.
Fairfield picks up a win 35-6 over Central Noble. Triton was leading Caston 30-8 in the third quarter, and Rochester picks up a 42-0 win over Whitko.
We do have Valpo. They shut out LaPorte tonight. Michigan City a win over Chesterton, and North White beats Winnemac 36-14. The only local game played tonight in Michigan, Edwardsburg falls on the road at Chelsea 27-14. You can see scores and highlights from all the other games played last night in Michigan right now. We have that at WSBT.com. I'm Pete Byrne for WSBT-22 News. For more local high school sports stories, like and subscribe to the WSBT-22 YouTube page. Thanks for watching.